Hey guys, it's Mom Bear Vixen back with another video of War Dragons. And today's video is going to be a look into missions and what those are all about. So let's get started. Now this is going to take a second, of course, to load up, so bear with me for just a minute. It's loading. I'll do that. We'll check on my Facebook. Yes, I do have Facebook, but it is private Facebook, so you are not going to be invited to it. And still loading. Of course, y'all can see that. And hurry up, phone. Load faster. Of course, I could probably already have this loaded in, but it's easier to start my recording stuff first and then this. Let's get a look into missions. And hang on, I'm going to check my messages real quick because we just finished a war and it's just a message of that. And we won both those wars you saw me attacking in my last video. So this is a good thing. Now let's get started with missions. Now you see this little balloon here, in the air that says egg tokens. Now this contains missions, and as you move along and level up, you'll unlock more missions, more difficult missions in some cases. And it'll give you a certain amount of breeding tokens. And personally, I save breeding tokens for the breeding event that happens every few weeks, because obviously the more breeding tokens you use, the more, more points you get towards rewards that you unlock. So let's look at my missions for today. And they do have a certain amount of reset time, wait time, cooldown time. That's what I should say. They have a certain amount of cooldown time once you complete them. So for today, my missions are to cast this white spell of Lethal Barrier 4 times, cast Summon Warrior, which is a red spell, 6 times, which I've already been working on, and same with my last mission, and that's using a certain dragon, and I think its name is called Enki, and I may be butchering that, as but that's my best educated guess of what that name is. So let's go ahead and search out for that. And the dragons that have the Summon Warrior and Lethal Barrier. Summon Warrior is a dragon called Etzel. And then Lethal Barrier is for my dragon Terrand. And they recently changed that because it used to be called Explosive Shield, which if you've seen my video of Zamorak and Amarok, it is a spell for Amarok. And it's a blue spell. But they changed it to a white spell for the winter season warrior dragon. So let's get started. And it looks like this particular base has a red mage spell blocker on the first island. So we're going to go ahead and start with Enki. And yes, I've been using it a little. So that'll, take over. I'm using Enki because it's a weaker dragon right now, and that's why we're using it first. So hopefully we'll get to use the Summon Warrior spell on Etzel. And we'll go ahead and take down the red mage tower. And I was using Enki, and now we'll heal Etzel. And see if we can't get some more summon warrior spells out of the way. And Edsel is a sorcerer dragon. There is a difference. There is 3 classes of dragon, and it is sorcerer, hunter, and warrior. And personally, I prefer warrior dragons. And a warrior dragon is like my Abraxas and Amarok and Zamorak. Those are warrior dragons. And I like that because it just feels like it does a little bit more damage to me. But, it might be all how you use it, really. But this is how we use it. And we may not complete the missions in this video because it'll take a little bit of time. But, that's okay. It is okay. And we'll end up using Terran here in just a minute. And hopefully Terran will be strong enough to, beat this. There's only 2 islands left. And I'm all out of attack boost, so it doesn't have much more of an attack boost. And I could, of course, forge for more of those. And again, we're destroying all of these things to gain extras, like you just saw I gain another boost for my dragons. And I like gaining the clocks because I have some things I want to finish quickly. Now I can continue to upgrade my builds during the Fortification Frenzy event for the week. Even though it's just 1 to 3 minute clocks. When you destroy this stuff, it is, it still can be useful. And do that one more time. And that doesn't complete the use of Lethal Barrier. I still have to use it 2 more times. So we'll make one more run. Let's see if we can at least complete 1. Now, and then we'll see what we get for a reward for that. I think in my next video I'll explain how an elite account works, because you guys can see that on my videos I have an elite account. And of course I guess I could explain it here and now since I've mentioned it. And an elite account basically is something that you pay for monthly, or you could pay for a year. It's totally doable. And it just adds to what you get. Like for these missions I get a bonus in the breeding tokens because I have it. I get more experience points because I use it. And then I get to upgrade 2 buildings instead of 1. And when it comes to these Fortification Frenzies, it's actually quite useful. So we're going to go ahead and make another pass because it looks like I could actually complete a couple of these missions today. So we're going to go ahead and use Enki first again, and then we'll switch it to Edsel and Terran. Hopefully if we make if we make it far enough. And I apologize for the little lag. Sometimes I do lag a little when I get started, but it's there. And you can see that a hunter, has a lot less power to me. And you can see why, because you're just repeatedly tapping. As opposed to a warrior where you're just, guiding the flame across everything else. Which is why I typically go with the warriors rather than anything else. But, you want to be able to breed dragons, higher dragons, more powerful dragons. And so you have to pretty much get those to breeding level. And you're not required, of course, to use these dragons once they breed. Make it to the breeding level. And apologize, little leg again. And we're freezing this off because this will kill my Edsel. And I really want to get the summoner finished. And I think I can with this. Yeah. There we go. There's a summoner. I'll probably die on this island, but we still have our Terran to use. And in order to be a successful run, we only have to get to 70% complete. So, you know, it'll still be worth it. Because we still have the hit point boost on Terran, of course. And so while we wait for Lethal Barrier to our Rage to refill, and it is filled, so we'll use it on the next island. I like to let it fill because it will help in completing this mission of using Lethal Barrier. And we had only 2 more left to use, times to use it. And we'll use it here. And cannons can break through this. Cannons are a good use for breaking through shields like Lethal Barrier, and there's a couple more called an Invincible Shield and a Stone Skin Shield, and then I'm sure there's more that I don't know about yet, because I don't have all dragons, of course, yet, but so they're not all powerful shields, but the Lethal Barrier and the Explosive Shield are good, because as you see, once they're done, if they haven't been broken through, they do quite a bit of damage to the towers around them. But that should complete Lethal Barrier. It might complete all, but we'll see. I'm not sure which ones that'll complete, and it looks like not quite there. Aki is almost ready to be leveled up. And you click on that once you see that token thing, and it'll refresh. And if it says gives you time limit, then yeah, see, I just completed all 3 of those missions at once. So that was that. And as you can see, there's different time frames of how long you have to wait between each mission, and that's just because you get more, more breeding tokens for the longer cooldown times. So that is your look into how missions work. And now missions can be anything. They're not going to be the same one every single time. They will be different, and you'll have to, you'll have to complete them. But that is today's video. That is missions. So have a good day, and like and share and subscribe to my videos, and we will see you all next time.